And we have with us Congressman Posey. And Congressman, let's get to, if we may, let's talk a little bit about this tax cut. And they're talking about tax cuts that he always keeps saying, the president keeps saying that he's giving tax cuts to 97% of the people. I don't quite get that because 47% of the people don't pay any taxes. And where do you think we're going to end up? You think we'll get to a point that they will just hold off on giving these tax cuts, or are they going to just go right through with this and just kill the rest of us, the economy?
Well, I think they're at the point where they recognize the benefit of actually letting people keep more of their own money.
Right.
But I just don't think their old elitist mentality will let those words come out of their lips. Right. Yesterday, Geithner, much to his credit, during his testimony, said he thought we should give business automatic, off the top, 20% tax exemption.
Well,
that shocks you. You have to pick yourself off.
Yeah, I got stunned to that.
He alluded to that, a tax break of 20% on their gross. So I think, that they understand.
Right.
But the biggest problem is they still think it's their money. They don't think it belongs to the taxpayers. They think it's their money. And that if there is a tax break, they're giving you a break that the government is letting you keep more of your own money.
Keep more of our own money.
Isn't that wonderful? They are considering letting some of the taxpayers keep a little bit more of their own money. Like it's their money to dole out.
Again, it's just arrogance. And what really gets me is, I have an hour show. During this hour, we'll have burned through $183 million, the government. And what really gets me is that when Obama keeps saying that it's these Bush tax cuts, I said a moment ago, and doesn't he get it that ever since he and his team got into the White House, the spending went from 18% of the GDP to 24%, and they're on track right now to about 27 to 30% of the GDP. And yet, all we hear every time he gets an interview, when I first got in the White House, I'm so sick of hearing him here saying, "I first got in the White House, we lost 800,000 jobs." I mean, that's all I hear. He never has an answer to what we're going to do, except more spending.
Well, I think they know the answer. They just don't want to talk about it. I think Geithner knew the answer yesterday. He just didn't want to say it.
Right. Larry Summers left. Who's going to? I hope they put a businessman in place there. What do you think's going to happen with Larry Summers?
It's really hard to tell. They're getting desperate. They might even resort to somebody with a little bit of common sense.
What I don't get is, didn't the president understand that Larry Summers blew up Harvard Endowment when he was president? And didn't they get that Larry Summers, when he got us in this mess with the derivatives, that it was he and Geithner who got a gag order and got Brooksley Bourne fired, who was head of the Commodities Future Exchange Commission. And when she reviewed the derivatives and said, "Wait a minute, boys, this thing's going to, if things go wrong, this is going to be a real problem." And of course, when he was at Harvard, they sent somebody in to overlook and study what he was doing, and she came back with a report and said, "Man, this is crazy. Same things Brooksley did. Brooksley got fired in a gag order, and the person who went to work for Harvard for him got fired. And this guy's so arrogant. No wonder we are where we are now." But my problem is, didn't the president know how weak this guy was, and he puts him on his economic team?
Well, if you look at the czars, you look down the list of czars, you don't see a whole lot of depth in free market knowledge, economy. You have Secretary of the Treasury saying he's not an economist. He can't tell whether we're out of the recession or not. It's just a different elitist thinking.
With 1 minute left, Congressman, why don't you let my folks know, what do you think, what can we do, and where do you think you're going, what you're going to try to do, and how we all can work together to just make this a better place, and that we can just all survive this?
Well, I hope that y'all will look at the new agenda that the GOP put out. The website is agenda.gop.gov.
Okay.
And make your voices known. There's going to be a turnaround in the way that we're governed in about 40 more days. I hope and I fully expect to have more accountability. I hope that we're going to have accountability even within this party to make sure that our leaders do not go off track and forget who sent them there, like has happened in the past. There's a little bit of a different breed of cat up here, and a lot of the people that are here didn't support the bailouts, didn't support the stimulus, and aren't going to support those kind of programs in the future, and they're going to oppose any leadership that might ever want to do that. And the website is www.pledge.gop.gov.
Okay, Congressman, we have to leave, but we hope we can do this again with you. Thank you so much for coming with us.
Anytime, Phil. My pleasure.
Thank you.